This is a coin flip battle of the 1992 presidential election, and is between George H.W. Bush, who was the incumbent president, and his first Democrat, Douglas Wilder, who was the governor of Virginia during this time. He did run in 1992, but of course the nomination went to Arkansas governor Bill Clinton. However, in this alternate history slash coin flip battle scenario, I will have Wilder as a Democratic nominee, as I said, if he won the nomination. And like I said, it says coin flip battle style, so it's not an actual prediction of how I think the states would have gone. It's just a fun coin flip battle. So, of course, heads, tails will determine who gets each state. And in this scenario, George H.W. Bush will be heads, Wilder will be tails. And as I said, the 92 election was between the incumbent President Bush and Clinton, and there was also a strong third party challenger in Ross Perot who got a lot of the vote but didn't win a single state. Like I said, this is a scenario between Bush and Wilder as the alternate Democratic nominee. And as I said, Bush has heads, Wilder has tails, so let's get into it. First state is Alaska. Let's see who gets that. I'll go for George H.W. Bush. Next state, Hawaii. I'll also go for Bush. All right. Next state, Washington. I will go for Wilder. Next state, Oregon. I'll also go Wilder. Next state, California. I will go for George H.W. Bush. That was Ronald Reagan's home state. Next state, Montana. I will go for Wilder. Next state, Idaho. I will also go for Wilder. Next state, Wyoming. I will go for Bush. Next state, Nevada. I will go for Wilder. Next state, Utah. I'll go for Wilder. All right, so he wins most of the Mountain West states besides Wyoming. And next state is Colorado, Rocky Mountains. I'll go for Bush. Next state, Arizona. I'll go for Wilder. All right. So next state is New Mexico. I'll go for Wilder as well. And next state is North Dakota. I will go for Wilder as well. So now Wilder is dominating. Next state, South Dakota. Let's see if he can sweep the Dakotas. And he will not, as Bush gets South Dakota. Next is Nebraska at large. I'll go for Wilder. All right. Next one is Nebraska's first. I'll go for Bush. Next one is Nebraska's second. I will go for Wilder. All right, so they're splitting Nebraska. And Nebraska's third. We'll go for Bush. All right, so an even split for both candidates. Bush gets Nebraska's third and first, and Wilder gets Nebraska at large in the second. Next state is Kansas, home state of Bob Dole. I'll ever go for Wilder in this scenario. Next state, Oklahoma. I will go for Wilder. Next state, Texas. This is H.W. Bush's home state. But he will not get it, so Wilder gets Texas. And next state, Minnesota. I will go for Wilder as well. All right. Next state, Iowa. I'll go for Bush. Next state, Missouri. I'll also go for Bush. Next state, Arkansas, home state of Bill Clinton. I'll go for Wilder. All right. Next state, Louisiana. I'll go for Bush. Next state is Wisconsin. I'll go for Bush. Next state, Michigan. It also goes Bush. Next state, Illinois. That goes Wilder. Next state, Indiana. I'll go for Bush. All right, so pretty even matchup so far. It's close. Bush has 145, Wilder 137. Next state is Ohio. Let's see who gets the Buckeye State. I'll go for Wilder. Next state, Kentucky, state that Clinton actually won. I'll go for Bush in this scenario. Next state, Tennessee, the home state of Al Gore. I will go for Wilder. Next state, Mississippi. Goes for Wilder as well. All right, next state, Alabama. Goes for Wilder as well. All right, so in a lot of these southern states. Next is Georgia. Also goes for Wilder. All right. So he's doing pretty well there in the South, and he is from Virginia. He was a governor, as I said. So keeping his southern appeal here in this coin flip battle. Next day is Florida. I'll ever go for Bush, and he did win in real life too. So he keeps it here in this coin flip battle. Next day is South Carolina. Goes for Bush. Next state, North Carolina. Goes for Bush as well. All right, so next day is Virginia. As it says, Wilder's home state. He was the governor. Let's see if he can win it. And he does not. So Bush takes Wilder's home state of Virginia. The next state is West Virginia. Let's see if Wilder can rebound. And he will. So Wilder takes West Virginia. Didn't get his home state, but he got the neighboring state. So good for him. Next one is D.C. And that will go to Wilder, Democratic stronghold. Next is Maryland. I'll go for Bush. Next state, Delaware. I'll also go for Bush. Next state, New Jersey. Also goes for Bush. And he is getting closer to 270 that you need to win. He's at 241. Next day is Connecticut. Also goes for Bush. Next state, Rhode Island. That goes for Wilder. All right. Next state, Massachusetts, where Bush was born. And that will go for him, so he wins his birth state. Next state is Vermont. We'll also go for Bush. All right, so he's getting closer to that 270. Next state, Pennsylvania. A lot of electoral votes here. That goes for Bush, and with that, he's over the top, 287. But to complete this, next day is New York. Let's see if Wilder can rebound, even though he's not going to win now, and he does win New York, so he wants to at least get closer to Bush, even though he's not going to win now. Next state, New Hampshire, only 4 electoral votes. And we'll go for Bush, so he has on to his total, 291. And next is Maine. We got Maine at large. That goes for Bush. Next is Maine's first. Let's see if it can sweep all of it. And it does not, as Wilder wins Maine's first. Next is Maine's second. I'll also go for Wilder. All right. So here it is, a pretty close matchup. Bush wins 293. Douglas Wilder gets 245. So a pretty even matchup all the way through. It was pretty close. I wasn't sure who was going to win. They definitely kept up with each other. It wasn't a landslide by any means. But Bush does pull out the victory, like I said, with 293 electoral votes to Douglas Wilder's 245. Like I said, even matchup, it was pretty fun and interesting, and I like it when it's like that. Keeps you in suspense of who's going to win, and sure enough, it did, and Bush pulls out the victory. And I hope you enjoyed this. It was great to do another one, and I look forward to continuing to do these videos, rather, and I hope you enjoy them. I know I do, and like I said, I'm glad to make these, and looking forward to making some more here in the near future. And like I said, this was Bush Wilder as a Democrat, and thank you for watching. Subscribe, hit the bell for notifications if you haven't, and I'll see you next time.